I've been thinking about doing this video for a while now.
I got out, hooked up with my friends, we went down to the mall, and we saw Raiders of the Lost Ark on the day it premiered. That was 36 years ago. I remember that day like it was yesterday.
See, you might not realize it, but your life will end.
The days, they are eternal, but the decades, they go by in the blink of an eye.
Your life is really like a funnel. And as you age, that funnel gets narrower and narrower. And decisions you made in the past make it impossible to get out of the groove that you're currently in. How many times have you gone to some party? And you go to the party and everything's going great guns, right? And then all of a sudden you just stay because you figure you're having such a good time, why leave? And you stay and you overstay your welcome, and all of a sudden, I don't know. And like the whole thing, the whole evening sours, right? It happens to everybody. You overstayed your welcome. Be aware of the clock, because your time is limited on this earth. And like I always say, the days are long, but the decades are short. The secret to a long life is knowing when it's time to go. You're gonna find in life that the things you hate more often than not either define who you are or reveal who you aren't. In my own case, I hate cowards. I hate them with a passion. What I'm worried about is being a coward in life, about not taking chances when I should. You see, I don't want to have regret in my life. These regrets are enormous, and yet the funny thing is that they are individually trivial. Things that you hate are a window into who you are. The golden rule, those who've got the gold make the rules. And it's grossly unfair, but we have been, deluded into thinking that reality doesn't apply to us. I mean, we want it to be that the moral man, the decent man, the good man, or the really hard worker, or the guy who's like really talented, we want him to win. But instead, who does the Victoria's Secret model hook up with? The scumbag! Yeah! They were good men. They were good and decent, and they worked hard, and they were the best at their profession, and they ended up with nothing. It's a haunting story because there's so many lessons to be learned from it. All the voices of my generation are dead. Why do you think that's happening? Yeah? And it's not chance. It's because there are no more opportunities for the vast majority of the people. Something is wrong, seriously wrong. It has to be changed. Yeah? It's not just disaffected youth. That disaffected youth of 25 years ago, we're grown men now, grown men and women. And we don't have opportunities. And we don't have a chance to build a solid life. We don't have any direction. And the young people coming up today, I mean, look at them. They're all obsessed with selfies and Instagram and all this shit. Why? It's an escape. The world that's going on right now, it's not normal. It's not even close to normal. Now, what do I mean by things aren't normal? Before, in the Western democracies, there was a greater sense that we were all in the same boat. But then there was the whole Iraq War. That's when the oligarchs, the top, started to profiteer, quite frankly. Now, what do I mean by profiteering? They implemented this neoliberal, rapacious capitalism that all it cared about was money, making as much money as possible. And there was no sense of a shared or common destiny with all people. It was the sense of, the people who are well off, the oligarchy, the top 20%, and the rest of the population. That's the divide that we're seeing. Ultimately, what's really going on is class warfare. And so I'm telling you, these are not normal times, and they're going to get worse. Now is the time to be looking at the facts squarely, looking at them in the face, and understanding what's coming our way. I mean, we're at the doors of a Great Depression. There's going to be a world of hurt. Now see, I'm a thriller writer. That's how I started my career as a novelist, right? Writing thrillers. So somehow I wind up arguing with this mechanic about clutch plates. I gotta go get a shower curtain. I love gambling. Am I making any sense here? Okay, I feel I'm losing track of this video. Once again, shocker. Move on. I had a lackadaisical kind of Roman Catholic upbringing, and my family was not particularly religious. The idea of God was never like a big deal. And so today, as a grown man of 50, it's one of those mysteries, and c'est la vie. And so that's why I thank God. When the gods wish to punish us, they answer our prayers. Success, you can feel it like it's like a rocket ship. And you get like shot out like a cannon, and you're like on this rocket ship, and you're going really, really fast. And these things pass you by. On both sides, like here cool things and here cool things, and like here's some coke and here's some women, here's some cool people and cool parties and a cool car, and it just like rushes by you, and you try to grab it all, and it distracts you from where you're going. You see, that's the problem. Now, this is important. That splash of water on your face of like, holy shit, that's happening? That's what's been going on? No way! Reaching your limits, you always want to be humble. Never get down in the mud to wrestle with a pig. You'll only get dirty, and the pig will enjoy it. And to tell you the truth, talking has gotten me into more trouble than I can remember. All the world's a stage, and we are merely players. You shut up all the time. The question is, when do you speak? People only ever get upset when you speak the truth. Yeah.
I committed no crime against any person or property, and that my crimes are literally speech crimes. Ukraine is supposed to be this big democracy because it has European values. The American State Department knows exactly who I am. Vicki Newland hates my guts. If I'm arrested again, I will die in prison, all because of my YouTube videos. What higher value does a democracy have than free speech?
Freedom. Okay, end of video. He had built himself a life. He had wonderful children, a wonderful wife. He was a rich man when his mind went. He has spent, 20 years bedridden. He's a shell of a man. His mind is completely gone. He has around-the-clock care. And the horrible thing is that his children don't remember him when he was a strong, vibrant man. They remember him as he is now, a shell, a ghost, a nothing. And in a weird way, all of his achievements, which are really quite incredible, extraordinary, they're forgotten. They've been wiped away by the reality of who he is now, because he's been this decrepit shell of a man for so long that his children have forgotten him. Don't be that guy.